Hey friends, I can't wait to share with you this yummy, healthy almond bread recipe you should enjoy with your family if you're looking for something healthy to stay in shape, maintain a healthy body size, and always look so healthy without adding bad calories in your system. Stick around and I'll share with you this very yummy recipe. So it is almond bread. So the first thing you need, of course, is almond flour, which is a healthy alternative of white flour. So almond flour is made with almonds, which is nuts, and your system easily breaks down nuts without leaving bad calories in your system. So that is the secret to avoiding building fat in your system by eating healthy options like this. So what you need is 2 cups of almond flour. So these are 2 cups of almond flour. You want to sieve so you get your smooth flour, because there can be some bumps in the almond flour because this is made from nuts. Remember, this is not white flour, so you want to always sieve before you use. You notice those is it bumps, or yeah, so you see this rough part of it at the bottom. You want to throw that away, and so this is it, 2 cups of almond flour. And the next thing you want to add is some baking powder. Yeah, a teaspoon of baking powder. This is what will help to rise up your bread. So go ahead and measure a teaspoon of baking powder and add in there. And yeah, so there's a secret. I always add in some baking soda as well because it helps your system easily break down. Baking soda is good for fat burning. So I always add it in my recipes as well. So your system can easily break everything you eat. So that is half a teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of salt. That is it. You want to mix so you are sure all those ingredients get infused into your almond flour. Yeah, so make sure you mix so well. This stage is very important because if everything is not in one consistency, your recipe might fail. So mix everything well together and set that aside. So let's work on the wet ingredients now to have, yeah. So the next thing you want to do is to get some eggs. Yeah, so this is eggs. You need 4 eggs. So if you don't have eggs and you have flax seeds, you can just add 2 tablespoons of flax seeds in half a cup of water to substitute this with, if you don't have egg and you have flax seed at home. But otherwise, you go ahead and add in 4 eggs in your mixing bowl for the wet ingredients. Now the next thing you want to add is a cup of almond milk. Yeah, so this is our almond bread. It's all about almond milk. Your system easily breaks down, very healthy. So this is a very healthy alternative. The next thing you want to add is half a cup of olive oil or coconut oil. So that is coconut oil I used. If you have olive oil, it brings in a very beautiful flavor in here. I love coconut oil in this recipe. And I add some honey as well for taste. Honey is a very healthy way to have your recipes taste nice in the mouth without the bad, sugars. Yeah, so I equally add a teaspoon of vanilla. So you want to measure a teaspoon of vanilla and add in your mixture. And yeah, basically I'll add in some dried fruits, but you want to follow the steps carefully so you don't miss. You want to mix these wet ingredients to one consistency. This is very important as well. Your recipes might fail at times because you don't use you neglect this part of it. You don't just pour the flour in here without having to thoroughly mix these wet ingredients. Yeah, so you want to make sure it is in one consistency well, like you have to mix it so well. And yeah, so to blend everything to one consistency. Yeah, so the next thing you want to add is your almond flour. Once you have everything all nice and ready, add your almond flour in there. So these are the 2 cups of almond flour you add in there in your wet mixture, and gradually mix everything now to one beautiful consistency. When I say this is so yummy as well as healthy, this is a very healthy breakfast alternative to bread and very yummy as well. I'll share with you more benefits, but make sure you mix everything so there are no bumps, everything to one consistency. And yeah, so once you have your mixture this with looking this way, like this is the right consistency. So if you miss anything, make sure you measure your almond flour 2 cups so they are really full. If you fill the cup before you, so you don't miss the mixture. So now I add in some dry fruits as well. These are dried cherries or raisins, but these are dried cherries. It makes everything so nice. Your kids will love this part of it. It makes it so yummy. Like when you eat and you get to have this in your mouth, this dried fruits, it makes everything so nice. Yeah. So you want to mix your dried fruits in there, and yeah. So now the next thing you want to do is make sure you had already set your oven to 350. So you bake, you are just putting everything now in your oven. So before starting, set your oven to 350. This is my pan. I just like laid this baking sheet in so it is easy for me to take my bread off the pan without it sticking to the pan. And yeah, so this makes life easy. Or if you don't have these baking sheets, you can spray your pan with coconut oil, or just grease the pan with coconut oil and go ahead, or olive oil, and pour in your mixture in your baking pan. So this is it. As you can see, that is the beautiful consistency you want to go for. Make sure it is not too thick or lighter than this. Like this is the consistency. Yeah. So my oven is ready on 350. You want to take this to your oven at this point and bake. Yeah, so on 350, not too high, it shouldn't be above 350. You bake for 40 minutes or until you get the color you want, how brown you want it, how overcooked you want it, but 40 minutes should be fine. And make sure after the first 20 minutes, you can see that it's baking on 350. So this is after the first 20 minutes. I came to check 20 minutes after baking, and you see my bread looks so good. This is it's so smooth without having that, like this is so nice, but I want it to be a little bit browner than that. So I baked again for extra 20 more minutes, and voila, this is what I got. Look at the brown. You see how it got brown, and oh my, this is so nice. This is so nice and yummy. And yeah, so at this point I take it out of the oven, and what you want to do is just basically slice up into 7 slices for the week. So if this is what you'll be eating for the entire week, if you're a Weight Watcher, you don't want to eat too much, you want to just portion these 8 slices if you are alone, 8 slices for the week, and watch how this will help you maintain a healthy body size without adding bad calories in your system. You see, that is the raisins at the bottom, the dried cherries. See the consistency of the bread, so yummy and looking so rich. This is so nice. Yeah, so I trust you want to go ahead and try this recipe. Like I said before, your entire family will love it. Share with your kids, your husband. Watching weight is not just for adults. Your kids too need to be healthy. These times, kids equally are exposed to certain diseases, so you want to prevent them from getting too big. So this is a healthy recipe for everyone. So go ahead and try it. Come back and tell me how you feel about it, and I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and bye.